Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aixa, and today we're doing a little something different. I let my wonderful little kitty pick my makeup. Yes, I let him pick my makeup. So, about a week ago was his birthday. He turned 1 year old. So we had him pick out his own candle that he wanted on his little cake. And I thought, he could pick a candle, he can pick my makeup. Right? Right. I was like, he'll make good decisions. He knows what I like. He don't know nothing, first of all. He don't know what I like. I don't know why I'm saying I have so much optimism for him right now. But he picked out my makeup. We will see how this goes. I am nervous. I am terrified. Warning, this will not be a nice look. Yes? Yes. Okay, so let's tie up the hair. Let's zoom you all in. And let's start with the brows. Okay, so I gave him 3 options for each product. One that I always use, one that I use sometimes, and one that I usually never use. Some items are a little bit harder to come by because most of the products I use is very, I like them. Well, that I want. So I want to see what he would pick, So we're starting off with the brow pencil. The options that I gave him were the Precisely My Brow Pencil, the Brow Bar by Rima, and the Wet n Wow Brow Pencil. So, thankfully, our little bundle of joy picked the Precisely My Brow by Benefit. So we can at least have some decent kind of brows in this look. So we're going to start. We're going to spoolie out the brows. I was going to start my makeup. I'm just so everywhere right now because of this. Now that we have the brow spoolie, we are going to do the use. Bottom, top, fill. Okay, so now that we got the eyebrows done, it's time to go into concealer to carve them out. And the 3 options that I gave my little bundle of joy: the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, Jeffree Star Cosmetics Concealer, and the Hey Honey Concealer. So he picked the Trick or Treat Concealer from Hey Honey. I've never used this concealer before. I did receive it, I believe, in my Ipsy bag, and I never used it. So I guess this is a good time to see how it works. So we're just gonna take some of this concealer and we're going to put it on the back of my hand. Ooh, that was a good amount. I don't know if that's a lot, I don't know if that's a little. We're gonna find out because, like I said, first time using it. So we're gonna take this train of thought gone, this flat angled brow brush, yes, and we're going to carve it out. Okay, so now that we have the brows carved, it's a really nice color. It's not very, it doesn't really look that full coverage. It was a little movie, like, I don't know, it was a little too much. products coming out at once, and I feel like it was getting kind of everywhere to control. But maybe that was just my fault and not like the concealer itself. But let's move on to gluing down these brows. And his 3 options were the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, the NYX Tinted Brow, and Brow or Never by Victoria's Secret. And our lovely bundle of joy chose the Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course. Excited, excited, excited. He was making great choices, was he not? So let's glue this down. Yes, brows glued. So now that we're done with the brows, it's time to move on to the lids. And what do? We prime. So a little bundle of joy here, which had to choose between the 3: the P. Louise base, the Morphe eyelid primer, and the Balm Priming is Everything. Our little sweetheart chose the Balm Priming is Everything. And for you that do not know, this primer is black. So I was like, okay, black. All right, we can make this work, right? So let's start by priming the lids. So we're just gonna take this Royal and Langnickel Omnia Boom 18 detail brush. We're just going to dip it into the primer and prime the lids. I don't know if this is a sad moment for everyone, but it's a sad moment for me because it's time for eyeshadow. And our little sweetheart had the options between the HBH Norvina palette, the Lurella Stay Neutral, and the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. Of all the options of color we could have chosen, of course, he'll pick the Stay Neutral palette from Lurella. So the palette looks a little something like this. I don't know where I'm going with this palette. I don't know how I'm making this work with black. Okay. So let's just start the funeral, shall we? So we're gonna start by dipping into Oak here. And we're gonna put this in the outer V of the eye, just the outer V corner. Oh, also we're using the BH Cosmetics number 5 fluffy brush. This is not okay. Not okay. But let's move on. So we're gonna take this e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush and we're gonna dip into Falling here, and we're gonna put that right next to Oak on the lid, just a little bit, and then kind of kind of get into the crease. But I want to leave the front area empty for now. So let's just move on, shall we? So we're gonna move on to the Firma 203 flat synthetic brush, and we're gonna dip into Luxe, which is the one in the corner, which is like a silverish kind of shade. Yes. And we're gonna tap that into the inner corner. So with the clean side of that brush, we're gonna dip into Cloud in the corner, and we're gonna tap that on top of Lux. Oh, lordy. What did he do to me? Let's move on, okay, before I make this worse than it is already. So we're moving on to eyeliner. And he had the options between the Girlactic Beauty eyeliner, the Shiseido cream eyeliner, and the e.l.f. cream eyeliner. And he chose our beautiful Teal Tease by e.l.f. So we're just gonna take the e.l.f. liner, and we're gonna take this Real Techniques by Sam and Nick brow brush, but we're not using it for brows. We're gonna use it to create a wing. So we're just gonna dip it in here, and we're gonna wing it out. Okay, the teal is very subtle, that on the eyes it looks very dark. So we're just gonna move on now, and we're gonna go to mascara. So I gave him the option between the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte, the Pretty Vulgar, and the NYX Color Mascara. So he chose the Pretty Vulgar mascara, which I absolutely love this mascara, so I'm pretty happy about. I don't really use it as much, but I like it a lot. So we're just going to coat the lashes. So now that the lashes are coated, it is time for lashes. And at this point, after the black primer and the neutral palette and the blue teal eyeliner, I'm like, what is he trying to set me up to? So I had no faith after this. So I gave him the options between the BoxyCharm CEO, Huda Beauty hoodie, and the Morphe confetti lashes. My sweet little pumpkin pie. He chose the Huda Beauty hoodie lashes, and I'm like, oh, he want me to be dramatic, I tell you. So let's put these bad boys on. So now that we have the lashes on, I don't have much to say. We're just gonna move on. Okay, so we're gonna move on to primer, and I gave him the options of the Glassy by Touch in Sol, the Tarte Base Tape, and the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer from ColourPop. And he chose the Base Tape from Tarte. I am not opposed to this foundation. So he did make all those, I said foundation, oh my goodness. All those primers were good options, so I wasn't really upset about anything that he would have chosen. So we're just gonna put a pump of this on our hands, and we're just going to put it all over the face. So moving on to foundation. So he had to choose between the Tarte Face Tape, the Wander Nude Illusion, and the I Am Magic by Juvia's Place. Again, every one of these would have been good options. And of course, he chose the Tarte Face Tape to go along with the Tarte Base Tape. I'm just thinking that he might have just liked the packaging. I do know at some point, I don't recall what point, I had to start putting little treats around the products. Like I put one on each product and see whichever one he found first, because he was taking too long. Let me talk to you real quick. I had about 2.5 hours of footage of me just trying to get him to pick products. What is going on? What's going on? So I had to start putting little treats around it. I'm like, look, one treat, pick. Like, I couldn't. So we're just gonna take the BS Mall flat face angled brush. Yes. So we're just gonna keep it going. We're gonna take 2 pumps on here, and then we're just gonna put it on the face. So now that we have the face foundation on, I don't know where I'm saying, I don't know where I was going. We're gonna go back in with that Hey Honey concealer, and we're gonna conceal under the eyes and on the center of the face. I feel like I got a good 3 pounds under my eyes right now. I don't know if that's good or bad. So we're just gonna take this Eye on Beauty foundation brush and we're gonna blend out the concealer. So when it came to the under eyes, a little went a long way. Wow. I like it better for my under eyes than I do for carving out my brows, honestly. Wow. Yes. Hey, honey. How you doing today? Okay, let's move on. Okay, it's T. You might have found my new favorite concealer. Wow. So now we have to set the face. So we have the options of the Laura Mercier setting powder, the Juno & Co setting powder, and the Jeffree Star setting powder. So our lovely little bundle of joy chose the Juno & Co setting powder. I am not against this setting powder. I just don't really use it as much as I would like to. But sure, it's another time to use it. That's all. Nothing against it. So we're just gonna take this ESO2 brush from Juno & Co, which is like a big fluffy powder brush. We're just gonna dip it into this little fluff bouncy trampoline thing. And we're gonna set the eyes first, and well, under the eyes, and then the rest of the face. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that I have the face on a little bit, it's not looking that bad. It's still not my favorite thing. I wouldn't do this any other day than today, obviously. But let's not get our hopes too high now. So now we're gonna move on to bronzer, and he had to choose between the Talk to the Palm by ColourPop, the Hoola by Benefit, and the Ofra bronzer in Versatile Matte. And of course he chose the Talk to the Palm by ColourPop. We're just gonna use this Tarte kind of contour brush from the Flamingo Pineapple collection, whatever that collection's called. And we're just going to dip into the bronzer, and we is going to bronze up the skin, baby. So next we're going to rosy up the cheeks, and he had to choose between the Bella blush from Juvia's Place, the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine, and the Ciate Marbled Light Dusk. And he chose a little gleaming baby of the diamond, the Ciate London Marbled Light Dusk. Yes, that's what it's called. Lord, get it together, woman. Get it together, okay? So we're gonna take this AOA Studio F13 brush, and we're gonna use it to rosy up the cheeks. So we're looking a little bit rosy around here, and let's just do the bottom lash line before we continue with the rest of the face and the lips and stuff, okay? So we're gonna go back into the Stay Neutral palette. So we're just gonna take this Wet n Wild kind of like flat brush, and we're gonna dip into Fallen, and we're gonna put that really close to the waterline. And then we're gonna take this Morphe M4 Tree brush, and we're gonna dip into Sunflower, and we're gonna use that to blend out the lower lash. So now we're just gonna take this small, like pencil-like brush. We're going to dip into, oh gosh, what was that? And I dipped my finger into this one. Okay, anyways, we're gonna dip into Cloud in the corner, and we're gonna put that in the inner corner of the eye. Cloud is bright. Oh, okay. I didn't think it was gonna be that bright, but maybe because the top is so dark that I didn't think it was that. Okay, let's move on, shall we? So we're going to move on to eyeliner now. So here are the options between the Urban Decay 24/7 waterline in black, the IBY Beauty in gold brown, and the Sephora eyeliner in purple stilettos. And he chose the Urban Decay 24 eyeliner, which doesn't, what's going on, boo-boo? You go for black for that? We're just gonna use it to go into the waterline. So I didn't want the bottom lash line to be too dark, like color wise, because the top is already dark and I already knew that the eyeliner was gonna be black. So I was like, let's try to lighten it up a little bit so I don't look like I got punched by somebody. So we're gonna go back in with that Pretty Vulgar mascara, and we're gonna put it on the lower lashes. Great, so my eyes aren't looking as bad as they were before. I mean, it's still a little rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. But let's just move on. Let's go on to highlighter, which is everyone's favorite part. So of course he had the option of the Glazed Lit Kit by Laura Lee Los Angeles, the Ofra highlighter, and the ColourPop highlighter. And he chose the Ofra Glow Goals highlighter, and I kind of think he broke it because it's a little wobbly now, which it wasn't before, but we're just gonna keep it moving. And we're gonna take this Morphe R36 brush. We're just gonna wiggle it in there and highlight. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to setting the face. I'm glowing. Can we focus on that? Because like every angle I turn, a girl is glowing. Okay, even the inner corners is glowing. So he chose between the Zuri Flawless Setting Spray, the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and the MAC Fix Plus. And he chose the Zuri Flawless Setting Mist in Matte Finish, So we're just going to set the face. Are you guys excited about what he picked so far? Do you think he made good choices? Do you think, like, you know, it was good? Because now we're gonna get to the lips. Yeah, we're getting to the lips. And let me know if you're still happy for him. Let me know right now if you're happy with what he picked. Go ahead, I'll wait. Time's up. So now, let's move on to the lips. Let's see what he chose for the lips. He had to choose between the Laura Lee Los Angeles matte lipstick, the Dirty Little Secrets matte lipstick, and the Juvia's Place matte lipstick in Doda, I believe that's how it says. You know, I'm not good at reading, so please don't attack. And of course, no hesitation, the little baby chose the Juvia's Place. Doda. Let's put this on.
Possible. Only with me if you wanna reach me.
So let's just take the hair out, zoom you guys out, and let's talk. A mess right now. But this is the final look using the makeup that my cat picked out. What do you guys think? I don't know what to think. Honestly, let's talk. I think it's a lot better than what I imagined it to look like. I thought we were falling down a hole that I could not dig myself out of. I feel like with the black primer, it's not the best look ever, but it's something better than what I thought it would be. The black lipstick, I thought, girl, who are you? Look at, first of all,
no.
booty hole lips. Let's talk about that. I see them, you see them, we see them. Yes. But what do you guys think? Did you guys think that I was gonna fall down this hole? Did you guys think I wasn't gonna dig myself out? Cause those were my thoughts. Those were my beliefs. So I went and I got our pretty little itty. Come here, baby. What do you think? What do you think? You like it? You picked it out. You like it? You like what I did? Yeah, say hi. Say hi. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you leave a comment and let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you want him to pick on my makeup again. You like it? No? No? I look crazy? Yeah? I love you. Let me know. It could have been worse, honestly. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button down below so you'll be notified every time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Let me see your belly boob when the beat drops.